All right, let me go across to Mr. Mukesh Aghi. He's the founder, of course, of the U.S. India Strategic Partnership Forum. Thank you very much, Mr. Aghi, for joining us. The U.S. seems to be watching from the sidelines right now. We had comments from President Trump, a few days back saying this is between India and Pakistan. They've been fighting for 1,000 years. J.D. Vance yesterday, in his latest remarks, said this is none of America's business. How do you view that? Why is America taking this sort of hands-off-ish approach?
Well, you have to understand that when you have a cross-border terrorism, there has to be a zero tolerance by any nation. And we saw that in the October 7th happened between Gaza and Israel itself. And India has every right to respond and protect his civilian population. Now, as far as the current situation goes, we believe that India has given a response to that terror aggression. And it's up to Pakistan now to have some kind of an exit ramp to be able to manage the current situation. Because a long-term war is not sustainable for Pakistan economy, whereas India, yes, can sustain this up to certain length itself. And the view in the Washington, D.C. is this is not our dog in the fight between India and Pakistan. They should be able to manage this. And that's what the position the U.S. government has taken for time being.
I'm curious about that because this position that America has taken, that America does not have a dog in this fight. But if you look at past conflicts, Kargil, even 2019 Balakot, America played a very, very important mediatory kind of role, if not an interventory kind of role, to try and diffuse the situation. This time around, it's a bit hands-off-ish. I talked about what President Trump said, what Vice President Vance said. It's basically the message that seems to be coming out of Washington is their fight, let them figure it out.
No, I don't think so. I think you have to understand, earlier it was the U.S. which would intervene and bail out Pakistan. At this stage, I think India is, I call, fed up with cross-border terrorism. And, earlier it should be okay. India would punch, Pakistan would punch back. And then there will be exit ramp for both countries, and we manage that. But now I think India is saying enough is enough, and we have to stop this. This can't continue going on. And Washington seems to agree from that perspective, saying, okay, guys, you manage it. So while U.S. may not be able to influence so much, but the Chinese, the Turks, the Persians, the Saudis can play a pivotal role trying to counsel Pakistan. This is the wrong direction to go, both from a global perspective and from a regional economic perspective also.
One of the things that, India has been talking about, and right now they are meeting in Washington, D.C., the IMF will be negotiating with Pakistan, or the other way around. Pakistan will be negotiating with the IMF to release its next tranche of $1 billion. And a question that, begs to be asked, and has been asked here in India for a number of years, why does the West, and why does America in particular, because it has veto powers there, effectively veto powers in the IMF, tell Pakistan that, look, you can't continue encouraging all of these terror organizations and expect monies from the IMF. Why are they not making that loan or monies conditional on good behavior by Pakistan?
No, absolutely. I think U.S. should leverage the IMF, not only just from holding on the loan itself, but also look at Pakistan putting back on the gray list. I think it's important to understand that in a global order, you cannot just go across the border and kill innocent people and walk away without any punitive actions itself. I think that era is gone. India has grown as an economy. Now it's the fourth largest economy. Its military power is much, much stronger. So it has a zero tolerance. And I think U.S. realizes that. Okay. And in an indirect way, U.S. is saying, hey, once and for all, just try to sort this one out so we can move on.
Okay, Mukesh Aghi, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us from the U.S. India Strategic Partnership Forum.